These not rules, the nomenclature is fixed. That will be having like what is the action to be done, what is the protocol to be considered, from which network you need to focus on, and to which network you are supposed to observe. Once this rule header is over, then the rule body will come into the picture. The rule body consisting of various parameters to mention. The parameters will be like the message and many other traffic related features. The traffic related features, in the sense, it is the rule options will especially will give us the information about what to be considered and for what purpose this rules for what purpose this intrusion is intended for, and any help or document related things that to be provided to the security engineer upon identifying this threat will be listed in the rule options. There exist many resources available on the internet, out of which I am collecting some useful resources and presenting to you. For example, here this is a SNOT cheat sheet. If you know the SNOT cheat sheet, or if you are well aware of the SNOT cheat sheet, then it is not a big problem for you. It is a very easy task for you to write the rules on your own. Here, the format of the SNOT rule will be like this: header, that is the rule header, header body, that is rule body. An example is like this: alert UDP. That means here action is alert we are going to take. There exist many other options available, actions available. The actions will be like alert, drop, reject, like that. Many other actions are available. And here the protocol, especially TCP, UDP, IP, ICMP, this kind of protocols will focus on. The external network, from where the request is coming from, and from which port we are getting that request, and the direction. And if you want the rule to be executed for both the directions, that is from the traffic coming from external network to the internal network and internal to the external network, then there should be a less than greater than symbol must be placed. Here the internal network address and the port number. Can you guess what is the port number here? The port number 53 belongs to domain name server. Domain name services will internally use the UDP as the service. MSG, that is message. We got the DNS traffic, content. So here some content will be given here. That means they are going to request the resolution of the .com domain. No case means there is no case sensitive related things will be considered here. Reference URL. So what is the URL you are going to focus on? That is the request is coming from. Class type. So attempted the reconnaissance. That means attempted the information gathering related type of attack it is. SID. Since it is written by you, the user SIDs, the rule IDs must be greater than 10 lakh. Revision of the rule. This is the first revision you have made for the rule. The header format will be like this: action, the protocol, source port, direction, destination port. So this is the header format. While coming to the header body, we inspect each and everything. Now let us see the action part. In the action, so far we have seen only alert. We have so many other options, such as alert means alert and log the events. Log, it won't give you any alert, only logging the events. Pass, so even though it is vulnerable or there exists some threat, then the it will ignore the event. Simply let it pass through the IDS. Next, drops packet and logs event. Reject TCP reset of session or ICMP type 3 code 3 of UDP traffic and logs. So it is just like whenever you go for the ping command from the attacking system, then the ICMP request will be rejected. And whenever, even after rejecting this, the rejected traffic will be logged in the log files. We have seen previously the log files, how to record it. You can find this log files in the Unix operating system under /var/log/snot. Sdrop, the drops packet without logging. Active or activate, drops packet without logging. Next is dynamic, alerts and activates a dynamic rule. So the dynamic rule is like on the fly you are going to make a rule. Anyhow, this snot is a signature based intrusion detection system. All the signatures will be preloaded at once, that is at the beginning of the placement of the snot. Then based upon the signatures, the alert command, drop, reject, these are the most frequently used commands. Next, protocol, IP and IP variants can be used here, like ICMP and all. TCP, UDP and ICMP. Direction, only arrow mark is representing the source to destination, and less than greater than symbol is either direction. Here the SRC or DST can be represented in terms of classless interdomain routing, CIDR. So A.B.C.D, that is single IPA. Here simple IP address by XX, which is called CIDR. Or we can also mention many IP addresses separated by comma within a square bracket. So these are the possible ways we can write the source and destination. Now we'll go to the body of the rule, in which you will be finding many modifiers. The modifiers will be like this: no case. No case means makes previous content match case insensitive. Should be used in most cases to allow for vendor implementation variations. Should not be used when trying to match base 64 or URL encoding. Raw bytes. So ignore the preprocessor interpretation of payload content. Offset advances the pointer to after a number of bytes from the beginning of the payload. So every packet consisting of a nomenclature. So here offset means you can directly shift to the corresponding position in the packet. That means directly advances the pointer to after a number of bytes. If you look at the TCP packet, the flags, if you look at flags may be starting with the 20 maybe 20 bytes or 23 bytes. So I want directly go to that position and I want to check the values over there. Then you can directly go for using of the offset. Next is depth. Will only look for content match from the beginning of the payload. Distance advances the pointer to after the number of bytes from the end of the last content match example. That is distance 12, like that was mentioned. So within will look only for the content match from the end of the content match through specified number of bytes. So like that you have several options. MSG, which is nothing but ASCII text to be printed in the alert or log. Reference, to give the reference to the security engineer, you may also write reference, what type of attack it is. So whenever you write the attack specification CVE hyphen 1999 hyphen 0105, the meaning is, recall the concept that we have discussed here, that is common vulnerability exposure, in which we have seen whatever the vulnerabilities identified were neatly labeled and a unique number was assigned to that. At the same time, the consequence of the attack, the consequence of that exploiting of the attack, and other details were mentioned. And what to do to overcome that threat will also be mentioned in the specification. So, if you can provide this the CVE number, then it will be useful for the security engineer to make note of that and to take the remedial action. SID, not ID number, that is the rule number that you are supposed to write. 100 reserved, 100 to 10 lakhs, now 20 lakhs used for the package rules, above that are custom. So that means so up to 10 lakh the packaged rules. Now it was extended to the 20 lakhs. So the reason is, if you look at the SNOT rules, the community rules are very small, maybe in 2 KBs. But if you look at the SNOT snapshot 29170.tar, if you click this, it will be of more than 100 MB. That means it's a huge file of rules available. Not maybe 100 MB, maybe more than 100 MB, around 140 MB like that. That means a simple rules which was written in the text having 140 MB. That means you can think of how many entries will be there. That means how many rules will be available. So that means this 10 lakh, 20 lakh may not be sufficient, because wherever you place the IDS like SNOT, even an older attack should also be in a position to detect. So that is the reason they have included as many number of rules as possible in the file that I have shown just now. That is here. You can go to this SNOT website and you can download this SNOT rules snapshot. So without missing even a single threat to detect. So all the threats are included in this snapshot. So hence each and every rule file consisting of a huge number of rules. So those rules, if you combine, it will go beyond the 20 lakhs. The revision of the SNOT rule. Class type, a named class of attack built in once are associated with certain priority. Example, class type attempted underscore recon. So what are the different class types available? Class types you can write on your own. You may say that attempted underscore FTP login, attempted underscore HTTP login. Like that you can write on your own, separated by underscore. Priority, level of concern, that is whether the threat observed in the traffic is of low priority, medium or high priority. Like that, level of concern will be indicated with the priority. So 1 is really bad, 2 not so bad, 3 is informational. So that is what the priority means. Content, such as the entire packet payload for either an ASCII string or binary match, is data at verifies a certain number of bytes is present can be made relative to previous content by adding relative to the end. URI content, from where this attack is going to be initiated, the URI content. URI length specifies the particular length of the URI. The difference between URI and URL is uniform resource indicator and uniform resource locator. So usually URL is the instance of URI. So the URI may be of FTP based, or maybe SMTP based, or maybe any other extension possible. So the URLs in general, what we look at is of HTTP based. Everything will be extended with HTTP : / like that. Flow describes the state of session and directionality. That is, whether the flow of the traffic is from the server to the other server, or client to the server, or only stream, whether it is a established connection or any other related information will be mentioned in the flow. IP options indicates the presence of option fields in the IP header. So that includes EOL is nothing but end of list. LSRR means loose source routing. RR means record route. Stream ID, that is SAT ID means. SEC means security, SSR security. SSRR means strict source routing. TS means timestamp. What are the fields available in the IP header can be used with the IP options. D size indicates a size or range of entire packet. Flags, usually it will be used with the TCP, indicates the presence of TCP flags. The TCP flags will be like this: ACK, FIN, PSH, reset. Like that, various other flag options can be mentioned here. Remember, whenever you say not symbol like this, like exclamatory mark, whenever you mention like this is to indicate the not symbol. That means not of next one, anything. Okay. That means you want to allow only one or two IP addresses, not every address. So only thing is you mention the addresses that you want to allow and indicate a not symbol before it, so that you can exclude only those two IP addresses. Remaining other IP addresses related data or traffic can be allowed. So this is the way not symbol will be used in the SNOT rule formation. Next is TTL, specifies a particular time to leave value in the IP header. Tag is frequently used to log a series of packets rather than just one. So it is just like, think of it as a trigger. Tag largely replaces the active dynamic pair, like parameters like session, log all packets in session that triggered the rule host, log all packets to. So that means it is just like a trigger. That means whenever you find certain traffic, so you want to log all the related information of the traffic, then this tag will be used. So these are the various options available in the rule formation. So do we use all these options? Okay, it depends upon the situation, depending upon the rule formation. Usually we'll write MSG, SID, or EV. And if you want to go and give more information to the system security engineer, then remaining other things like URI, class type, references, IP options, these kind of things will be used.